So love, have you ever wondered why everything in the universe seems to get more chaotic over time? It's not just your messy room, it's actually a fundamental principle of nature.
You mean there's a law that justifies my laundry pile growing bigger and messier?
In a way, yes. It's called the second law of thermodynamics, often referred to as the law of increasing entropy. It's a principle that says the total entropy, or disorder, of an isolated system always increases over time.
Sounds like nature's way of saying, let chaos reign. But where did this idea come from?
It all began in the 19th century with the study of heat engines. Scientists like Sadi Carnot and Rudolf Clausius were trying to understand how energy is transformed from one form to another. Clausius, in particular, introduced the concept of entropy in 1865. He realized that when energy is transferred, some of it always becomes unusable, lost to disorder, if you will.
So, entropy is like the universe's tax on energy transactions.
That's one way to put it. Clausius coined the term entropy from the Greek word trope, meaning transformation. He noticed that in every energy exchange, the amount of usable energy decreases, while entropy, or disorder, increases. It's like trying to clean up a room, but no matter how much you tidy, the mess somehow gets worse.
Why does it happen though? Why can't things just stay neat and orderly?
That's a great question. You see, the universe favors probability. There are simply more ways for things to be disordered than ordered. Imagine tossing a handful of coins. Getting all heads is far less likely than getting a mix of heads and tails. Similarly, a disordered state is statistically more probable.
So, the universe is basically playing the odds, and entropy is the house that always wins.
Exactly. And this concept has profound implications. For example, it explains why perpetual motion machines are impossible. They'd violate the second law by reducing entropy without any external work. The law also gives us the arrow of time, a sense of direction in the universe. Time moves forward because entropy increases, not the other way around.
You mean, without entropy, we'd have no past or future, just an endless now?
In a sense, yes. Entropy creates a distinction between past and future. The past is where entropy was lower, and the future is where it will be higher. It's why we remember the past, and not the future. Information flows in the direction of increasing entropy.
That's deep. But how is this law used today? I mean, it sounds pretty theoretical.
It's far from just theoretical. The law of increasing entropy is crucial in fields like thermodynamics, information theory, and even cosmology. For instance, in computing, the concept of entropy is used in data compression and encryption. Claude Shannon, the father of information theory, used entropy to measure the uncertainty in information, essentially how much surprise is in a message.
You mean like when I get a surprise message from you saying you've cleaned the house?
Exactly. High entropy would be me surprising you by cleaning. Low entropy would be, well, the usual.
So, entropy isn't just about mess and chaos, it's also about unpredictability.
That's right. And in cosmology, the law of increasing entropy helps explain the ultimate fate of the universe. As entropy increases, the universe will eventually reach a state known as heat death, where all energy is evenly distributed, and no work can be done. It's the universe's version of retirement.
Sounds like a peaceful, albeit boring, end. But wait, if entropy is always increasing, is there anything that can decrease it?
Locally, yes. Living organisms, for example, decrease entropy within themselves by consuming energy and creating order, but they increase entropy in their surroundings. It's like a trade-off. We create order in our bodies but at the cost of increasing disorder in the universe.
So, by living, we're essentially adding to the universe's entropy. That's a bit ironic.
It is, but it also highlights the beauty of life. We're little pockets of order in an increasingly chaotic universe. Life is a temporary defiance of entropy, a dance against the inevitable.
That's both poetic and a bit melancholic, but I guess it's also a reminder to enjoy the order we create, however fleeting it might be.
Absolutely. The law of increasing entropy isn't just a scientific principle, it's a reflection of the human experience, embracing the chaos while finding meaning and order within it.
And maybe, just maybe, keeping that laundry pile in check.
Now that's a battle worth fighting.
But I have one more question. If everything tends to disorder, how did the universe start in such an ordered state, like the Big Bang?
You've touched on a profound mystery. The low entropy of the early universe is still a puzzle in physics. Some theories suggest it might have to do with the way the universe expanded, but it's a question that keeps cosmologists up at night.
So, even entropy has its enigmas. I like that order emerging from questions rather than answers.
And isn't that what makes the pursuit of knowledge so exciting? Each discovery, like entropy, leads to more questions, more wonder, and, perhaps, a bit more chaos.